Good morning, Foxes and Badgers classes. It's Mrs. Martin here, ready to take you through another reading lesson. And today we are going to be looking at a piece of poetry again by a poet or an author that you may well have heard of. And our poem today is going to be Oh, the Places You'll Go. If you haven't read the poem yet, please pause the video here and have a read. It's on the class page for you. Okay, let's have a look at some of that vocabulary that will have come up within the poem you have read. So, one word it says is brainy. Brainy is quite an informal way of saying somebody has lots of intelligence. Somebody is very clever. They also mentioned creek. A creek is a narrow and sheltered waterway. Dexterous and deft. Now that means that you are very good with your hands, very skillful at doing almost fiddly things, and you're quite quick and neat with it too. So dexterous meaning that we're really skilled with our hands. Frequently, if we do something frequently, it means it happens a lot. We also had footsie, and that means somebody who walks around and travels the world. Lag behind means to fall behind or not keep up. So if you were going for a walk perhaps with somebody and you were at the top of the hill and they were still halfway up, falling behind, getting a bit slower than you were, you might say they were lagging behind. You might have found that maybe if you've gone on a family walk at some point, somebody fell behind, was a bit slower than everybody else. So you might say they lagged behind. Left in a lurch. If you're left in a lurch, it means that you have left somebody, abandoned them. In a slump. Now, if you're in a slump, it means for a period of time, somebody performs slowly or poorly. So they're not usually slow or poor at something, but they're in a slump at the minute. So they're going through a period of time where they're not doing as well. And don't stew. Well, stew to me normally means something I'll have for my dinner. That's not what it's meaning here. Don't stew means don't worry about something. Don't be confused by something. Okay, let's read the text together and check our understanding. So, oh, the places you'll go. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the guide who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, in the wide open air. Out there things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsie as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along, you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up, you'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups could happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on, you'll be left in the lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unswamping yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place where you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4? Or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple, it's not, I'm afraid you will find. For a mind maker-upper to make up his mind, you can get so confused that you'll start in to race down long wiggled roads at a break-necking pace, and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place. The people just waiting, waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or the waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig of curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame. You'll be as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win, because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hacken cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact. And remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft. And never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordesi, Ali Van, Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Okay, what do we think was the message behind that poem? Pause video here and have a think for me. Well done if you said that the whole poem, it kind of moves through different parts, doesn't it? But the poem is saying that you can do whatever it is you want to do. You just need to be brave enough to give it a go. So the part at the beginning is all optimistic about how amazing you all are. And then it goes on to say that actually sometimes things are a bit tricky for us. And that happens to everybody. Everybody has some moments where things are hard. And that's okay. What matters is how we react to that and what we do about it. We could stay still and we could stay in that slump, as we spoke about earlier. But what we should do is we should get up and move on and keep doing the great things that we are capable of. And then he goes back to all of those positives, how brilliant you can be. I particularly like this line here. Kid, you'll move mountains. And of course, they don't mean that you will literally move mountains. They mean that the things that you can achieve in life are limitless if you put in all of your effort and if you work really hard. It's about being passionate about what you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to leave you today to have a go at the retrieval and inference questions by yourself. Can you make sure you write down your answers for me? Remember those retrieval ones, the answers are in the text, so we just need to skim and scan for them. And then the ones after that require a little bit more thinking, so you might need to have a discussion with somebody about what you think the answers could be. Please do send us in your answers when you have done them, and we will have a look at your fantastic work.